Have you ever seen pictures of an awesome home theater, or maybe you even know someone who has one and thought about buying a projector? Well, believe it or not, it might be easier and cheaper than you think. And today we're going to go over some of the pros and cons of buying a projector. I also have a special guest with me today who has a lot of experience with projectors, so stay tuned. So almost exactly a year ago, I made a video about TVs versus projectors, and even though a lot of that information is still true, a lot has changed. So today we're gonna see if buying a projector is the best thing for you. But before I get into what I think, I wanna introduce you to today's guest. His name is Casey from Mindseed TV. He's an awesome tech reviewer here on YouTube who's reviewed a ton of projectors, and I really love his videos. So let's see what Casey thinks about owning a projector.
Hey Chris, what is going on? Thank you so much for having me on the channel. It's a pleasure to be here. The pros and cons of owning a projector. Is now a good time to have a projector set up in your home? I would have to say 100% yes, and it's not only because I'm in love with home theaters, but also they're very affordable. You can actually get a really nice 4K projector right now for less than you can get a flat screen 4K ultra high def television. And the first reaction that I always get when I have guests come over to my house is, wow, look at that screen. Oh my God, he's got a movie theater in the living room. And they think that you gotta have all this money in order to get that, and the truth is you really don't. So not only is it the price that's good, but there's also the fun factor. If you like playing video games or watching movies like I do, I'm kind of a game nerd, let's face it. So when I'm playing PlayStation 4 Pro or Xbox One, there's no better feeling than putting it up on the big screen. If you like sitting there in front of a 40, 50-inch TV playing video games, try sitting in a movie theater. It's a completely different, immersive feeling. I absolutely love it. Plus, you gotta think about your friends and family. What about football season, boxing matches, UFC fights? Have people come over, tell them to bring the beer, the chicken wings, the pizza, whatever they're gonna bring, and you could provide the home theater, or you could simply sit at home when you're bored by yourself and binge watch series on Netflix, and it's gonna be a lot cheaper than investing in a flat screen television. And another thing that projectors could be really good for, if you're a business person and you wanna do presentations such as PowerPoints, have some graphs up on the wall, you could do that stuff from home as well if you have the home theater in your house. So there's only a couple downsides that I could think of to owning a home theater or a projector, and that would be basically if you're trying to set this up in your living room, or the room that's your projector room has light coming through in the window during the daytime, it can make the picture look a little bit washed out. There are more expensive models with brighter lumens, and you can see those crystal clear in the daylight, but if you're trying to get a less expensive projector, there's always blackout curtains and other ways to go about it. Second of all, make sure that you have enough space, because with a projector, typically you need at least 10 to 15 feet between the projector and the wall that you're projecting it to. And as far as lifespan goes with projectors, it's pretty much the same thing as a television. Televisions kind of die out and get burnt out over 4 or 5 years, and they need to be replaced as well. So the same thing goes with projectors. However, you could just replace the bulb in a projector and get another 4 or 5 years out of it if it's a good model. And last but not least, there are tons of different models out there, which is a great thing for me and you, Chris, because that keeps us in business reviewing these projectors and trying to give you guys what you need to figure out which one is for you. Thanks again for having me on, Chris. I will catch you later.
Thanks for that helpful information, Casey. I definitely think that owning a projector is something that more people should consider. So now let's get into my thoughts on owning a home theater. So if watching a movie on a big screen wasn't awesome, then movie theaters simply wouldn't exist. There's just something awesome about sitting in front of a big screen. And the fact that you're in the comfort of your own home makes it even better. And now that 4K projectors are more affordable, you can spend a little bit more and go with 4K, which looks absolutely incredible. And the crazy part is that your home theater screen can actually look better than your local movie theater, since most of them don't even have 4K projectors. And considering how easy it is to set up a huge screen, you're really only limited by the size of your room. So now that we talked about some of the benefits, let's talk about some other things that you need to consider. So the first concern is going to be projector installation. Now, if you plan on putting your projector on a coffee table, then this really isn't a problem. But if you plan on mounting your projector to the ceiling, then you might need professional help. And that's because you want to make sure that the projector is mounted safely. And if you want the best looking installation, then you might want the wires run in the ceiling, which you might need help with. And the last thing I want to talk about is sound. So most home theater projectors do have internal speakers built in and they work okay for watching TV, but they don't sound that great and I wouldn't recommend using them to watch a movie. This just means that it would be best to either buy a home theater surround system or a soundbar. So overall, I do think that the benefits of owning a projector definitely outweigh the cons. So if you're on the fence or you haven't seen any of the newer home theater projectors in person, I definitely think it's worth seeing for yourself. So hopefully this video helped you decide if a projector is the right decision for you. I want to thank Casey for joining me today and giving his opinion. I'll have a link to his channel in the video description, so definitely go ahead and check out his channel. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to this channel and click the bell so you don't miss anything. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and mash that like button for me. Post your questions and comments in the comment section. I'll respond to your questions and I'll see you guys in the next video.